Okay. How do I get rid of that? There we go. Okay, is this thing working? No idea. This is a last minute impromptu thing. So let's try switching to screen 4. Okay, so this just came up tonight. Ran into a problem. Let me see if I can increase the font here. Actually, can I zoom in? That only takes care of that. So presenter mode on. Whoa, that's huge. Okay, and I think I need to close and relaunch in order to get that work. And one moment. Okay. So hopefully SQL Management Studio launches in presentation mode. Okay, it even retained it. Excellent. Okay, so let's connect. So the context is that this is a query against an existing database table. And these are essentially project records. So I have a project, but it has been modified over time. And so I have a project record for each modification. So in this example, this project ID, let's just call it 6474, was modified on July 9th, and it was also modified on July 10th. Well, we were originally trying to use a composite key of project ID and modified date, but that started to become complicated and problematic. So we are now trying to introduce a version number column into this table so that rather than having to use modified date as part of the composite key, we're just going to start tracking version number, and that gives us a little more flexibility to do other things, such as maybe this July 10th project will have multiple versions, things like that. So the base copy was modified on July 10th from System A, but now that we're editing it, we can have multiple versions on System B. So the idea is that now that we have these multiple project records and we want to have a new composite key field, we need to populate this version number field based on the modified date. So this record of project ending in 727, modified on July 9th, will have version number 1. And this project, 727, modified on July 10th, will have version number 2. So I vaguely kind of know how to generally do this, but I've never done it before. So I know it's pretty straightforward for many people. I'm guessing they'll say, oh, that's obvious, but I've never done it. So let's give this a try. Okay, so I believe the concept, if I can find my mouse, the concept is to use SQL Server row number function. So let's just give that a try. And I'm aware of this. I don't know that I've ever needed this. Just because the work that I've done simple selects, inserts, updates. I don't do a lot of reporting, things like that. So select row number over order by field, row num, and then which fields you want. So let's just start with this. So we're going to select row number over order by first name. Okay, so let's do order by project, project ID modified date. Okay, and that is going to be our version num, and we select other fields. So that's going to be my last field. So I'm going to do project ID, code, create date, modified date. Okay, so let's see if that works. Invalid project ID. Okay, what did I do? Oh, okay, so I'm missing a from. Got it. That's pretty obvious. From project list. Let's try that again. Okay, so here's my project, my 2 records, and I get version 1 and 2, but it keeps plowing on to sequentially number every record. It is not resetting based on the new project. So, okay, so that's fine. I am ordering by project ID and modified date, so at least I'm got that right. So how, okay, over, okay, so this is how this goes. That's an example of sequential numbering of all records. And okay, over partitions, there we go. So selecting records, row number over partition by city. Cool. So Albany gets a 1, 2, 3. Amarillo gets a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So I need a partition by before my order by. So let's do a partition by project ID, comma, modified date. And that looks like that should work. Okay, that is not it. Okay, so I have a feeling I know why. So project ID, oh, okay, I don't need modified date. There we go. So I just need to reset by project because I want this to be version 1, this to be version 2, and project ID is really my master key, so to speak. So let's try that. Cool. So there we go. So this is project 727. I have 2 modified dates, and therefore I have 2 versions. Project 730 has 3 records, 1, 2, 3. And we have a couple that only have 1, 1, 2, 3. Well, that wasn't hard at all. Okay, cool. So now that I've got that, that's my select. I want to populate that. I want to update my new version number field with those values. So how do I do that? What do you even call that? I want to update, not select. For pagination, okay. So I am using row number. Row number over partitions. Okay, so I want SQL Server row number over partition update field row number over partition. Okay, update with row number. So I need 1, 2, 3. Update set X. Okay. That looks horrible. With inner join. Oh, that's kind of clever. Okay. So let's go back up to this top voted answer. Update X, update table, set destination equal to new destination. Okay, maybe this is clever. Yeah, I agree. Is it brilliant that SQL Server can update within a nested select? It's kind of mind-bending. Where clause? So Simon says he has a better answer. But the community does not necessarily agree. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I only need to do this once, so how would we do that? Okay, so update X. Okay. Good evening. How do I reply in this thing? Okay, so we're going to update this was that a derived table? So this becomes my derived table. And they're calling this new. Okay, so row number as new version number. And okay, so there's my new version number. So now they wrap this up as a derived table. Okay. Wow, the font's kind of big. Let me make this smaller. So we are going to update DT projects. Set version num equal to DT project dot new version num. Okay. From our derived table. Okay. And he's saying where they don't match. Well, okay, I guess that might improve performance. Let's just go for it. Where those two do not match, X code dest. Okay, I guess I need to select version num here. Okay. Where I'll just call it dtproj for shortness sake. Where dtproj.version num does not equal dtproj dot new version num. Okay. And it's not null. Okay, I don't have that issue because all mine are populated currently. I just populate them with a 0. So we're good there. So let's think about this. We have our derived table, which provides our old version num and our new version num. This is pretty brilliant, super clever. So we got our derived table, and then all we're really doing is updating a field with another field from our derived table. Wow. Hats off to the clever person who did that. So let's just see what happens. Okay, incorrect sequence where? Oh, okay, so this is actually dtproj. Forgot my derived table name. So let's try that again. Holy bananas. Look at that. Okay. People rag on copying from Stack Overflow, but come on. How long have I been streaming here? A couple minutes. And Stack Overflow, this genius, whoever this is, Alexander Fedorenko. Cheers to you, pal. 2012. Man, look at that. That quick. Okay, so I need to have a version number available in my table, and I just do a derived table in order to do my row number over partition, and then I just use that value to my calculated field, or whatever you call it, in order to update the value of my real field. Super, super brilliant. Okay, well, I thought this was going to be a little more painful than it was. And now I can say that I have used, let's see, how do I get fancy? Overlay, playlist. So now I can say that I have used row number over partition. I've probably done it once or twice before, but it's been a really long time. Super rusty. Oh, hey. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that. I'm trying my new cameras here. Check this out. We got 3 or 4 cameras around me. Can't keep track of them all. So with that, I'm going to send this off to my developer and show them how to use it. And you all have a good evening or morning or afternoon or whatever time zone everyone is in. Okay. Good night.